All right, here with reaction, former Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich and the host of the Tudor Dixon podcast, Tudor Dixon. All right, this is the third time, Tudor, that the FBI director has made these dire threats. Here's what pisses me off about him, is that, okay, I'm taking him at his word. I believe him. I think those threats are real. But he sits by and he's not lifted a finger to stop this president from allowing over, tens and tens of thousands of illegal immigrants, and to the tune of 10 million unvetted Joe Biden illegals, tens of thousands coming from China and Russia, Iran, Syria, Egypt, Afghanistan. He hasn't lifted a finger to insist that Joe Biden not only enforce the laws of our country, but stop aiding and abetting in the law breaking by allowing them in unvetted. Now, to me, he can't have it both ways. He can't warn us about the threat, but then not ensure that the laws of this country are being enforced. He would be the top law enforcement agency that would enforce that.
Right. It's like he's sitting there tattling, but he's not willing to do anything. It's very frustrating as you see these numbers. I mean, what he's talking about, these terror organizations, let's not forget that right now we are seeing the fastest growing group coming across the border are Chinese migrants. And we know that Iran and China are working together, that Iran and Russia are working together. All of this axis of evil is working together right now. And they are well aware that we have an open border. I mean, some of the things that he said right there, they're listening to this on FBI chatter. You don't even have to be listening to this through intelligence groups. You can go to X. You can look at the dictator of Iran right now, and he's on X, and he's putting these threats out there. I mean, this is how blatant it is. We, as the American people, can read these on a daily basis, and yet the president of the United States has not taken action, but he's almost been shamed into it because he has this Univision interview where he indicates he's going to do some sort of executive order come April. I mean, this guy, whatever the wind blows politically that day, he's going to do because he's so desperate to hold on to power. But he hasn't done anything to actually secure the country or get the economy back on track. The guy is a total disaster, and Christopher Wray should be holding him accountable.
Attorney General Brnovich, let me ask you. Doesn't the FBI director, if he sees the laws in this country not being enforced, the laws about illegal immigration, seeing where people are coming from unvetted into the country, making a dire warning like that, doesn't he have an obligation to enforce the law? And that means tell Joe Biden to start enforcing the law, insist upon it?
Absolutely. This border crisis could be solved tomorrow if Joe Biden just started enforcing existing law. What's so disappointing, I think, to so many Americans is the fact that Joe Biden's lack of concern about the safety of Americans and the security of our southern border literally knows no boundaries, literally, figuratively, and literally. And one of the things I think the next president of the United States should do is there's a federal statute, 8 U.S.C. 1324, that was just upheld last year by the United States Supreme Court, Sean, that says anybody that's aiding and abetting and facilitating illegal immigration is guilty of a federal offense. So why is it that you have these sanctuary cities? Why is it that you have these governors and mayors that are providing aid and comfort, creating financial incentives, giving people free hotels, free airfare, giving them Visa gift cards? I mean, my goodness. I mean, the cartels are making billions of dollars off of people illegally entering our country, and now they're getting thousands of Hilton hotel points because we're putting up people illegally into this country, into hotels. And what keeps me up at night as a former federal and state prosecutor is not just the millions of people that have illegally entered our country. It's the millions of gotaways, the tens of thousands of people, predominantly young males, 18 to 35 years old, wearing black and camouflage. Anybody that can enter this country right now illegally under Joe Biden's policies, they just come in and, they give up, they carry their backpacks and their carry-on luggage. But you have these gotaways, these people that are sneaking into our country. So literally there is a ticking time bomb now in every city in the United States as a result of, criminals and gangs from Central America and South America and jihadists from the Middle East that have come into this country that literally are destroying our neighborhoods.
It's not a matter of if, it's when.